Hello everybody, I haven't had a video in a while. I've been pretty busy with the holidays, so I have made some progress with the car. I've got the transmission out. Opportune time to rebuild the clutch assembly. Mine was hanging up a little bit. Problem with these multi-disc clutches is the clutch disc material as they wear, the dust kind of gets into the teeth and into the flywheel and kind of hangs stuff up a little bit. Mine was working, but occasionally it would take a few shifts going down the road before it really start working properly. So take opportune time in this cold weather, even though we drive them all year round, to get the engine and transmission out, go through the clutch. I went through 3 sets to get enough good usable parts to make one good clutch assembly. Found some parts with very little wear on it, so that should be golden. If you have a set and you're not able to find multiple sets, there is a place, if you Google it, in Fort Wayne, Indiana, that will realign your clutch. The driven disc that I'm talking about has the lining on both sides. It's the same material. It's on the single disc clutch, but these have on both sides. Like I said, these are the driving discs, and you'll have these little metal ones that are the driven discs, is what they're calling them. Not a whole lot of videos on the multi-disc clutch, so I thought I'd do a video on at least the reassembly. I went through and cleaned everything and inspected everything, looked at the teeth and checked wear and all that kind of stuff. So I've got a good assembly. So we're going to do a reassembly of the clutch pack. You'll need to get one of these K&W tools that's made just for taking these apart. I'm sure there's multiple ways of getting these part put back together with this. You'll see in a minute there's a killer spring in here. It's the fact that you have to have all these little teeth on each one of these driving discs. They have to be aligned up where it'll slide in the flywheel assembly. So this has the little centering cogs, whatever you want to call them, to line everything up where it'll slide together easily. So we'll get started. I've already got the main assembly. It's all cleaned up, ready to go in the fixture. And first thing we're going to do is put a driving disc in, and there is a special one that is 2/1000 larger diameter than the rest of them. If you look in your service bulletin, you'll read about it, but see how this tooth right there, it's hard to see in the camera, it's got a notch in it. This is a larger diameter. It's made to cut down on chatter, noise, multiple reasons. It helps with it'll stay in place when the clutch releases, so makes for a more positive displacement of the clutch. So it is the first one that goes in, and you'll see that these little notches that are in the tool will line this perfectly together. So you're going to do a driving disc, and then you're going to do a driven disc, and you're just going to keep stacking, alternating. There's no real need to put these in at a certain angle or anything like that, as long as they slide down and fit up against. There's no indexing is what I'm trying to get at. And then you're going to do, like I said, just alternating back and forth. You just got to make sure that these all stay pretty much lined up. And once we get all of our discs in, alternating on each, I like to try and make sure that they're turned and line up against your last one. I've already cleaned it up. Your center gear. This is what's actually connected to the transmission itself. You'll see that this slides into the input shaft of the transmission itself. I've already cleaned up this last driven disc. I've scuffed everything up to where it's nice and clean. taking the glaze off of it. I did the same thing with these clutch discs themselves, the driving discs. I scuffed them up a little bit, got the glaze off of them. And like I said, don't forget to put the first one in as a special one. It has the notches in it. And then this is kind of a little bit of a tricky part, because these internal gears are what connects to the driving gears. The internal teeth on the metal ones. So you got to kind of rotate everything, get everything lined up. Now we're good to go. Everything's nice and even. I'm going to do a few other things. Now, next part we're going on. Here's the killer spring that I was talking about. Like I said, I've cleaned it up. It goes in the center, and then the last part is the where the throwout bearing goes. I'll probably do another little video on. There's the throwout bearing here. You can't get them new. I have not cleaned it up yet. There it is right there. You can't get new ones of these, but these were greased from the factory. They really don't wear out. If you could find one that's better than others, find the best one you have. But I'll clean this. I'll get all the old grease out of it, repack with new grease, and it'll be good for another 100 years. Now here's the dangerous part if you don't have this tool. This tool does all the work for you, and it takes all the danger out of it. We're going to compress that spring. And like I said, the tool does all the work for us, keeps everything safe. And all I'm doing is driving the spring tight. This is why you have to have this tool, not only for the factor of compressing the spring in a safe manner, but you're also keeping all your teeth all lined up to where when it goes into the clutch assembly or the flywheel assembly, that everything will slide together. Like I said, you could probably do this without the tool, get it apart, clean, put back together, but you would never get it in the car because all the teeth are not lined up. We're just going to run this all the way down until it stops. Then install your nuts. Don't forget the lock washers. I don't know if I mentioned it, but if you're not able to get a good set of clutch discs, and you still need to rebuild your assembly, there's a place in Fort Wayne. Like I said, if you Google it, I think it's Fort Wayne Clutch. You can send them your clutch disc, your driving disc, and they will reline, put new linings on the disc. They'll take off the old, put new on, so you can start out fresh. The key is finding one that have good teeth. If the teeth are worn out, it doesn't do you much good to put new linings on it. So fortunately, there's enough people that have converted these over to single disc clutch that there's tons of parts out there. The hardest part's finding a good flywheel that is internally inside the flywheel. It matches up to these, and these do pretty good damage or wear to the flywheel itself. So finding a good flywheel that doesn't have extreme amount of wear internally is the hardest part of that. Luckily, I found a new old stock one. It's the early one for the early starter. So I'm having it turned down in a machine shop so I can put a late style Bendix starter on it, which is what mine had on it. Mine has the early 1/2-inch diameter starter, but it has a service adapter Bendix on it. So if someday that my starter dies, I can put a 5/8 later starter on it to get me going until I get the original starter rebuilt. So there you go. Not much to it. Once you get everything, let's crank it back down. Make sure all my discs are tight all the way one direction, and then release the pressure on it. Like I said, I'll rebuild my throwout bearing, clean it up, repack it with grease. It'll be good as new. And all there is to it. See how all the teeth are lined up? This now will slide right into the flywheel. Hopefully you have as much luck as I do finding a good set of discs that are lined. This is a good assembly. It'll probably outlast me. I'm 47, and the clutch disc that was in this car still had a lot of life on it, but they were really glazed. Fortunately, I found some that had no wear on them hardly at all. They marked about 10,000 stickers, so I chose to use them. But this assembly will probably outlast me in this car, and the next guy can overhaul it and get another lifetime out of them. These multi-disc clutches are phenomenal as far as shifting. People that they convert them out of necessity because they can't get parts, or they don't want to spend the time looking for the parts and all that kind of stuff. But if they ever drive one of these cars that have the multi-disc clutch, they would think twice about converting them over, because they just shift so much better. And it's I'm kind of a purist. I like to keep things original, even if it wasn't superior like it is. It's actually a better design, better shifting, all around better. I would have went through and made sure I had original parts in the car anyway. So anyway, hopefully this helps. If you've got multi-disc clutch and you don't have one of these tools, reach out to me here on YouTube. Maybe we can work something out. Maybe I can get it apart for you and send it back to you or something like that. But anyway, if that's the case, just shoot me a message, and hopefully you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. Thank you.